Hi guys, I have a small haul video for you today. I ordered from Sweet Miss Daisy Designs, Anna White's Etsy shop. So I picked up a couple of things from her newest release, and it came packaged like this. So cute, right? Little St. Patty's Day and the orange gingham for Easter. Here's her card. Typically it has a whatever release image on it. And some yummy peach and orange tea and a really cute mug sticker. Thank you, Anna. And I had to get this little I'm all ears stamp set. I love the bunny. I love the size of the bunny, the carrots. I can't wait to use it. So we got that one. I got this one here, which is called Lamb, and it's partnered with Serendipity Stamps, and so is the bunny one. And these ducklings are actually pretty good size. Let me get my ruler that I can't seem to get in, it's hard to see all the little lines on it. This is they're 1 1/4 inches on that one, and this one is 1 1/2 by, trying to see the line here, about 2 3/4. So, I mean, that's a decent sized stamp. These little ducklings are a little bit bigger than what you might find. So I like that because I like to color. And this one here is 2 7/8, it looks like, if I'm reading this right, by almost 2 1/2. So, I mean, think about the size difference in those. And the bunny is about 3 1/2 by, let me go to the widest part of them, just over 2 inches. So they're decent size images. I'm not going to do that with all of them. Then I had to pick up the snowman for this month, and I love that it's like this enormous snowman looking like it's watering this tiny little tree. Or I have some ideas for it. And these are really pretty snowflakes. There's like little dainty, lacy looking ones to me. That, and then we've got, and this was called Watering Can Snowman. And this one is Irresistible Bunny, and it's holding carrots. I mean, you could use these carrots too. Maybe do a background paper, for your background here. And it goes with, is it Raggedy Bunny? I can't remember the name, but the girl one that she has that came out with her first release when she branched out on her own and started Sweet Miss Daisy Designs. So there's that one. And then there's this one, and these are pretty decent size images as well. And it's called Hopping By. I have some plans for these. I have like a pocket, jean pocket type of stamp, I believe, that I would like to combine these with. And they'd be great for tags or bookmarks or really anything. See, that bunny's about 2 inches by almost 1 3/4. And this one is 1 15/16, almost 2 inches, and about 1 3/4. So, I mean, they're good size images. And then I just picked up the one paper pad, and it's called Peas and Carrots, and it's super duper cute. I usually don't get the paper pads because I don't use them that often, and I tore this because I took this stuff out already and looked at it. That wasn't like that. It was packaged right. So one of the things she explains when she shares these is that all of these images here of what's in the paper pack is true to size. So real quick, I'll go over what's here. So here's the front and there's the back. So there's those. These are so cute. And then we have this plaid. Is that plaid? And then peas and carrots and radishes. And then we've got some gardening gloves. There's the back of that. Some stripes with carrots. And then we got peas and radishes and onions and carrots and some gingham. So you get 4 of each. Whoops. And then we have some stripes. It almost looks like blue jeans to me. Like I had some overalls like this. So did my kids. And then strawberries. So there's those. And that's what I got from Sweet Miss Daisy Designs. I'm gonna set this aside. And then I'll show you what else I got. Okay. So I finally placed an order, and I got this from Blick Art Materials, or Dick Blick. I don't know if you could see those. I ordered some Copic markers, and I ordered some of the refills I need. I need more, but I got the ones that I use the most for right now because it's expensive. And I thought, since I have this here that I had mentioned before, that in a different video, that I'd ordered some refills. And I thought I would show you how I refill my markers. I don't know if it's the absolute correct way. A lot of people will just get a marker, drip in ink into the nibs, and then until they feel like it's juicy, and then think that it's full. And I know that that's not right because I've watched others say that you need to do it by weight. So I'm going to take one of these new markers, for example, because this is a new marker. And I have my scale here. This is a cheap scale. I got it for weighing my food at Walmart, but you need to be able to weigh grams. So if you have a jewelry scale, it might be more accurate, but this has always been pretty accurate for me for this anyway. So I know over 14, some of them are 14.3, some are 14.5 to 14.6. So when I refill my markers, I try to go somewhere to, I try to hit 14 or just a hair over. So let's go ahead and take, I've got YG11 here. So this one's pretty low, right? 11.9. I don't know if you guys can see this. But this marker, you wouldn't know that by using it. I know it when I color because I know what a full marker should blend like and lay down. But when I first started, I wouldn't have thought this marker was low. So Copic sells tweezers that you can take and use. I just used a paper towel. I make sure to put that nib, and I always do the chisel in because I don't feel like I'm going to damage it. If I was going to pull out the other side with the brush nib, I would invest in the tweezers. So we're at 11.9. Should I open this first? And so it's going to need quite a bit of ink. I think you can go off the markings here, but I typically don't. More so because I'm lazy, but I know it's going to need a lot of ink, so I'm just squeezing quite a bit in there. If it doesn't need that much, see, it only went up just over a gram. And you saw me push pretty hard on this about 3 or 4 times. And I just keep doing this until it gets closer to that 14 mark. And I don't know if this is the right way, but I know that you're supposed to do it by weight, and so I do, and I've had good luck with it. If you have a marker that's really dry, like I could pull one out that I just threw out of my garbage can that I'm replacing, or that the nib is starting to get stiff or has a weird spot in it, I don't even mess with those anymore because I can't tell you how many times I've refilled those type of markers only to go to use them the next time, and they've done the same thing. So I'll stop at 14 most of the time, or somewhere around there. I'll put a tiny bit in there just for good measure. See, and that didn't even make a difference. So if you're doing little drops like this, which I'll pull another one out and we'll do it, right? And I'll show you. Some people say, do it by 10 drops or 20 drops. For me, there's no way to know if I actually achieved that because I was a couple of grams low on ink. Now, I don't know how well, if you should be touching your nibs like that. I mean, and then I lay my markers flat and let the ink distribute evenly everywhere. So let's see, this is Bee Tree. This one's not that low. Let's grab a different one that's a little bit lower. That one is there. Well, this one I have been using a lot lately. So we're at not quite 13 grams, and I'm going to try to give you an example here. Let me make sure I have the right Y21, Y21. Make sure you do that, because I can tell you that I have refilled the wrong color and the wrong marker. So let's say you're going to refill, where were we at? Let's 13.1. My brain doesn't work today, okay? So I'm gonna write it down. 13.1 grams. Oh, we're at 12.9 actually. Excuse me. 12.9 grams. And I'm gonna go off of videos I've seen that say do 10 drops, 20 drops. We'll test it, watch. And they'll say, just drop it on your nib. And you can do this. It's gonna take you forever if your marker's this low. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? It went up 0.1 of a gram. Like, you're gonna be here all day doing that. If you don't have to fill it that much, I could see doing that. We'll even do it on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can see when it's dripping. 8, 9, and 10. We're still at 13. To me, I'd be wasting my time. People would say that marker's full. It might even kind of perform okay, because 13 grams, I believe it's like 13.5 or 13 something is considered a kind of full marker. You can still use it. It's just, I like mine to be closer to the 14 or over. So I'm gonna just stick this in here and squeeze it again. That was pretty good squeezes. And then I'll pull out a marker real quick. Well, this is the last one I'm gonna do, because this is just what you do with all of them. So now I could stop there, but I'll put like a little bit more in there just to be a hair over. I like how they come from the factory. I really like how they color. And like I showed you, it was 14.4. I actually had one there, it was like 14.7. Sometimes you can overfill them though. So if it's a red, maybe you want to go just around 14 because they're really strong, so they can drip. So, and I just take it and I try not, every once in a while I've caught my paper towel and had to pull that back out. And I do the chisel nib because it's more robust. It's like sturdier. I don't do that with my chisel nib. Let's even zero this out. Oh, it was fine. So 14.1. I'll call that good. Now, I ordered some replacements, went through them. I just pulled those out of my garbage can, which is just paper crafts. So I'm not gross going through the kitchen garbage. But I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. There are some like little white spots. I don't know. Hopefully that shows up. this nib, and when you color, you can almost see in person. See how it's darker and then lighter? It's thick, it's almost sticky, and I think, and I'm not an expert, but I mean, most coloring mediums have some sort of resin or something in them, or the pigment, it hardens. And so that happens inside here as well. Your barrel is a sponge barrel, or I mean, the wick, it's a wick. It's a sponge wick, just like your nibs. So when this happens to your nibs, you can almost bet that it's happening inside your marker, and you re-ink that or refill it, you're wasting that refill. And I cannot tell you, I've almost emptied out some refills trying to do it because I thought, oh, it worked. Let me see. I think there's one in here that I can show you. This one's almost empty and you can't see it because I made it dark. But I can tell you it's probably down to here, and I filled up that marker a few different times and I finally just threw it away. I don't even have a W9 anymore because I kept refilling it and kept refilling it and thought, and I replaced the nib, and the nibs are like $3, okay? Or somewhere around there. Maybe they're $2 something if you buy, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had to buy a nib. And then you buy these refills that are about $6, not somewhere around there, 5 something, right? And then you're taking that marker that you paid nearly $6 for, and you're refilling it, and you add it all up, and that marker has done what this marker has and used up, you could have bought multiple markers. So when they get like this, I cut my losses, I throw them away, and I get a new marker. And I went through, and I'm trying to go through regularly through all of my markers because, look, this is an investment. You spend a lot of money on these markers. Take the time every once in a while, set a day aside every even couple of months, and go through all your markers, check them, make sure they're not doing this, because I could have possibly, if this marker was running a bit low, let's see what it weighs. If this marker was running a bit low, I could have recognized, hey, it's low on ink. I need to get a re-inker. Yeah, see? So, and that may have saved it. I don't know for sure, but I know that it's a good idea to go through your markers and just do upkeep or maintenance on them because they are an investment. So that's my 2 cents. I'm not an expert. This is just what I've learned, what works for me. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will link Anna's shop down below. And I can link, I mean, Blick Art Material, or Dick Blick as I remember it, is... I think everybody knows who they are. So just look up Dick Blick or blickartmaterials.com or Blick Art Supplies. So if you put in Dick Blick, you'll get to the website. But I will definitely link Anna's shop down below. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye.